Let's get ready for a new month. What is up, guys? Welcome and welcome back. I'm Planet Josiah if you're new here. If you're not, welcome back. We love to have you. As you guys can tell by the preview, title, and thumbnail of today's video, we're planning and preparing for a new month. I don't know how, but February is here already. January literally flew by, but we're not gonna let this year pass us by, and we're just gonna try to make this year the best. So like I said, we're planning and preparing for a new month this year, and I'm gonna be doing a few things like goal setting, to-do list, updating a calendar for like all the things we have to do this month, a vision board. So stay tuned for all of that, and let's go ahead and get into it without further ado. If you're new, if you like what you see, make sure you guys subscribe and join Planet Josiah, and let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so before we get too far in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and say that everything I'm going to be doing is like on my iPad. You guys can write all this down on paper, in your notes app, on your phone, anything like that. But all the things I'm going to be doing is on my iPad and most likely in GoodNotes app. If you guys want to check that out, I definitely do recommend using that just to be organized. But I'm pretty much going to be doing everything on my iPad. So let's go ahead and get started with the first thing that we're going to be doing. And the first thing that we're going to be doing is reflecting on last month, because it's very important to see like what things you did wrong last month or what goals you did meet and didn't meet. And let's just go ahead and give a round of applause for making it through January, because January was a month. It went by pretty fast, but like obviously we all made it through. So let's just give ourselves a pat on the back for that. But now it's time for February, and we're going into a new month. So like I said, the first thing I want to do is reflect on last month, because I did make a lot of goals. I did have a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish. I met a lot of them. Some of them I didn't meet, and we're just going to try to like see what's going on and just assess where we're at right now, what things we can improve on, what things we did good at, and let's just look back on our goals. So in the GoodNotes app, like I said, I did use GoodNotes last month for like my goals, and everything in this video I'm going to be using GoodNotes app. So like last month, I did like a planner for January. I'll probably show you guys in like a screen recording, but like I did this planner for January, and I wrote everything out, like my whole month, everything I had to do. And I also did like some goals that I had during this month. So as you guys can see up here, like I wrote down all my schoolwork I had to do. I wrote down all the upload days that I wanted to do for you guys. I am trying to post every Monday and Friday, plus bonus videos if I can get around to it. So stay tuned on Mondays and Fridays, because I'm going to be trying to upload every single day. And if I'm not, you guys hold me accountable in the comments. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of goals that I wrote out for this month, and a lot of things that I wanted to do, because it was obviously January 2024, a new year getting started. And a couple things that I realized that I didn't do as well as I wanted to was like, of course, uploading. There was a lot of days, well not a lot, but a couple of days that I missed this month that I did intend to upload on, and just a couple other things that I did write goals for that I didn't quite accomplish. Like the TBR, I read like one book this entire month, but I mean, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for doing that, because at least I did reach one of my goals, which is reading every month, or making sure that I'm challenging my brain and reading every month. So obviously I had like to-do lists every month. I'll probably still show that in the screen recording, but yeah, every day I had to-do lists, and that's just one thing that I'm going to be doing again this month, because it helped me see exactly what I was doing in the day, the things I need to work on or didn't quite get to, and then I can just ask myself like, why? So that's a good way to like assess where you're at and then see what's really going on. So after reflecting on last month, I see that a couple things I want to get better at is being like consistent with my health journey, also with uploading for you guys and reading. So those are three things that I'm going to implement in this month's goals, and like you guys know what your goals are and what you want to improve on, so be sure to write these personal to yourself. But let's go ahead and get started on the first thing that I'm going to do, which is writing out our goals for this month. Alright, so I started everything off by going to GoodNotes. This is my monthly planner for January, like I was talking about. I have things like first day of school, math quiz, things like that I just put up there to stay on top of things. And then like this is my to-do list that I was talking to you guys about, exercise log, things like that. And here I'm about to go ahead and add the template for the monthly planner, and then go ahead and add the sheet for my monthly goals. On the sheet, I went ahead and wrote out monthly goals and got started. I pretty much first started off by going to Pinterest and finding out a little bit of quotes or motivation for this month. I know I could have saved this for the vision board, but I just got a couple things to add to the monthly goal sheet. Once I got back to the sheet, I went ahead and arranged these how I wanted them. I didn't quite find a good fix at first, so I went back to Pinterest and got one more thing and it fit perfectly. Then I started writing everything out. I kind of wrote my goals in the categories this month. As you can see, the categories were social media, health, school and academics, and healthy habits. Then I was done. I think it turned out pretty well, but let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, so I'm all done with the monthly goal sheet and it looks really good, and I like how it came out. I'll try to put an image above so you guys can see it a little bit better. But as you guys saw, I have like some quotes up here, some words that stuck out to me, like consistency, things like that. But I also wrote down my goals for each category that I want to like exceed in this year. And I also did like a little note to myself, which is that this month I want to see progress in all aspects of my life. I will not seek perfection, but I will focus on progress and growth, because I feel like I'm someone who's always trying to just get there immediately to my goals. But sometimes you just want to focus on seeing progress instead of immediately seeing 100% you're reaching all your targets. So I don't want to try to be a perfectionist, but I do want to focus on seeing growth this year and this month. And now let's move on to the next thing, which is making our calendar for this month. We're going to kind of write out all the things that we have, all our assignments for school, any trips or anything fun that we have coming up, and also like upload days for you guys so that I can stay consistent with that. And also just like my little bit of a schedule throughout the month so I know everything that I want to have to do. And this just helps me to be organized so that I'm on top of everything. So again, I'm going back to GoodNotes. Let's go ahead and get started on that. So guys, of course we ran into some problems. I tried to screen record me from the very beginning of starting this to where I am now, but I didn't have too much space on my iPad, and ultimately the video just didn't save and went to the cloud, I guess. So I had to start here after like deleting some things. So this is where we are now. As you guys can see, I'm writing out some school assignments that I have. If you watched my last video, you would know that I'm dual enrolled in college classes and high school, so that when I graduate, I will not only have my diploma, but also a associate's degree in either art or science. So I do have quite a bit of work, and it's just some of my college work that I write out because I definitely want to stay on top of that. But I do have some other things like the upload days, field trips, Valentine's Day. So pretty much I just went ahead and wrote out every special date or anything that was coming up this month. Obviously I can't know everything that's going to happen in the month because things come up as we live our lives. So obviously I have some more things to come up, but I just did everything that I could know about and wrote that all out here. So yeah. Alright guys, so what feels like it's been an hour later, I finally am finished with the monthly calendar planner, and I was so upset when I lost the first clips of me like starting it out because I was screen recording on my iPad, but of course I don't have any space on my iPad left. So the screen recording was like 18 minutes long, me doing the whole thing. And then of course, because I didn't have any space, it could not save. So I had to just remove some photos and things like that, and then come back and just screen record what I could. But it did turn out well, and the finished product is here. I'll put a photo up because I know it's still another glare. But yes, I'm all done with this. And this isn't even, obviously I can't know everything that's gonna come up this month. But this is a good overview of all the work I have to do for school, any trips I have to go on, and also just like my upload dates for YouTube, things like that. Anything else that comes into view on the planner or anything that comes into view for me to do this month, I'll add that to the planner as well. And it's just a good way to stay organized, as I said, as well, and stay on top of all your assignments and tasks and responsibilities. So I do encourage you guys to use this. You can also do this on paper, like I said before, on a calendar, anything like that. And let's just go ahead and move on to the next thing. I'm so glad that this is done. And now we're gonna move on to making a vision board for February. Like I said, each month, I don't think I said this before, but I don't know why I said like I said, but each month kind of brings a different vibe to it. Like January was kind of like clean and aesthetic, getting into the new month, getting into a new year. February is kind of like a romanticized month, obviously, because it's Valentine's Day in this month, but also I feel like it's becoming like the transition of winter and spring. So I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to things to do like that. And I'm also just trying to stay on focus, on topic, and keep my goals in mind this month. So let's go ahead and make that vision board. I'll show you guys what I'm putting on my vision board. Maybe give some inspiration to any of you guys who are trying to like complete some tasks or stay on top of your goals. I'm gonna put my vision board on my iPad wallpaper, my Chromebook wallpaper, also my phone. The one I made for for the whole year, which is my January one, that made it to my Chromebook, as you guys can see. Also made it to my iPad. So I'm just gonna switch these out after I make them. And I use Canva to make mine. I just get my photos from Pinterest, go to Canva and make it. And I'll show you guys that whole process now. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I did, as you can see here, is go to Pinterest, and I first was looking for some quotes for this month and just starting a new month in general. So I found a couple good ones that really applied to me and went ahead and saved those, downloaded those images. The next thing I looked for was some studying / academic motivation, and this would just help me throughout the month to stay focused on schoolwork. Then I looked for some YouTube aesthetic photos to keep me motivated to keep posting and uploading for you guys, and also just for myself to stay motivated. Next was some gym motivation because we're still trying to reach those health goals. Then I was back looking for some quotes, and I actually found a couple good ones. Then I got a couple books because I really am trying to read more this month. Lastly, I looked up Valentine's Day aesthetic just to put this into the vision board because it is February and that is the vibe. Once I had all the photos that I needed from Pinterest, I went ahead and went to Canva and added everything in. I didn't quite have the right spacing of everything from the jump, so it did take quite some time, but I figured everything out. I did have to also go back to Pinterest and get some more photos to fill in some empty space, but eventually everything came through and I'm pretty happy with the results. And just like that, I was all done. Alright, so I'm back inside now and I finished the vision board. It did take a while, but it was worth it because it came out pretty well. Some people don't like their vision boards to be too busy, but mine are always filled with stuff. As you guys saw, I had some trouble like fitting everything or arranging it, but now it's finally done and I've added it to my iPad already. I'll add like another photo, like an image so that you guys can see it like on its own. But this is how it looks on my iPad and I'm really satisfied with it. Looks really well, covers all the topics and things that I'm looking forward to this month. And I also already have put it on my Chromebook as well, and it looks even better on my Chromebook to me because you can like the way the formatting is of like the measurements of the image are better. Plus I can add like this red to the search bar, so it kind of looks really good that way as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the vision board. I'm definitely gonna put this on my phone as well. Every time I open my phone, iPad, Chromebook, all these things will just immediately click in my brain. It's always like a constant reminder. I did like the one thing, especially at the chapter 2 of 12. For a minute I was like, what does this even mean? But then I realized 12 months, second month, February, so I also added that, and that was like a good thing to add. And now I'll show you guys the one thing that I forgot to talk about earlier, which was my to-do list and how I set those up in GoodNotes. So this part is actually very simple for me. All I have to do is go back into GoodNotes, as you guys saw like when I made my calendar update, all of that, monthly planner, whichever one you want to call it. Once I made that, it's very easy. I just add a page and they already have weekly planner A, and I just use this and I'll just go ahead and write out like what's this week gonna be? From Monday to Tuesday is, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with 5th through 11th. Yeah, I think that's right. So this week will be week 5th through 11th. Oh. Wow. Then I'll just go ahead and change the font, color, all that, like I've been doing the whole time. It can be a little bit tedious, but I feel like it's worth it in the end. Once you got the final product, you have exactly what you're looking for. And with the to-do list, they're very simple, but they are like very effective in getting everything done that you want to get done in your day. So that's why I've always made them. Sometimes they can become overwhelming if you add too much, but I always add like a sensible amount of things to do. And it just keeps me busy and keeps me focused on like being productive. So yeah, I put week 5 through 11. Monday will be the 5th. And then each day I'll just write out everything that I want to do. So it just kind of look like to-do list. Oh, I don't think I'll use my own handwriting, but each day I'll just write a to-do list, and everything I'll put in there is things that I have to get done that day. An example I can show you guys is a lot like this one. It's from like like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago in January, but I just pretty much write out everything that I have to do, and that's just pretty much it. It's pretty effective. As you guys see in this example, I don't get done with everything, but it does help me be productive. This one is a little bit strenuous. This is a lot. But some of them aren't as much, like this one right here. It's a little bit of stuff right there. But yeah, that's all for my to-do list. All right, guys, so I'm done with my to-do list, vision board, calendar update, all of it. And I just feel like all this will help me to be more productive this month, get a lot of things done, reach some more goals. And I wish you guys the best of luck, and I wish you guys a great February and a great month. That's all for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Planet Josiah. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you like anything that you see. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.